Miss Universe 2012 is USA! Olivia Culpo is the winner, Miss Universe!
Olivia Culpo, the 20-year-old Rhode Island native who recently won Miss Universe, had never entered a pageant until about a year and a half ago. I talked to her about her journey to becoming Miss Universe and her new responsibilities as an ambassador for several new Miss Universe-backed products, including a fragrance and an energy drink. Congratulations, you just won in December.
Yes.
You started out 15 months ago. You started out becoming Miss Rhode Island, then you were Miss USA, and then Miss Universe, but you'd never been in a pageant before. How did that happen?
I don't know. It's kind of strange to even say the title Miss Universe. It kind of sounds ridiculous to me. I still can't wrap my head around it, but I decided to do the pageant. I was studying communications and acting at Boston University. I wanted to experience more stage performance, and this was something that was going to take me out of my comfort zone. And I learned a lot, and I did pretty well. I don't know how I got here. It's kind of surreal.
Miss USA is now Miss Universe!
There's kind of a circuit for pageantry. There are people that start when they're just this tall, and then they work their way up, and they become Miss America, Miss Universe. Was that a disadvantage for you?
No, I think that it was definitely an advantage. I think if I had grown up in the pageant world, I would have had a different perspective and maybe not the same work ethic that I did for Miss USA and Miss Universe. I wanted to win, but only for the year. I didn't think of it as my ultimate goal in life. It was just my thing of the moment. And I think that spontaneity is key to really engaging an audience, which is kind of what it's all about.
And you're 20 years old. You studied at Boston University. What did you learn from that? How did that experience help you with Miss Universe?
Schooling in general, working toward a goal, whether it's an assignment, test, or what have you, it's good practice it's good life skills to have. And a pageant is similar to that because you're leading up to that one pivotal moment on stage that night. And preparing that takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of hard work. You have to be in shape, you need to be mentally prepared, you need to know interview, current events, and schooling will definitely help anybody with that.
Right, and you have a performance background because you play the cello, you come from a musical family. How did that help?
The cello, I owe so much of my success to that. That is stage performance, and a pageant is performing on stage. So I was always comfortable on stage. I had been studying communications and acting, hosting in school, so that also got me comfortable in front of the camera. And I know a pageant doesn't really seem like it's similar to those two things, but it's performing. It's an act, kind of. I mean, it is. And I wanted to just get out of my comfort zone, and that's exactly what I did with Miss USA and Miss Rhode Island and then Miss Universe.
How did you think it would help you?
I didn't know exactly what it would do, but I always thought in the back of my head, you can learn something from any experience, whether it's a good experience, whether you fall on your face, or whether you win. You can take anything away from it. And I was really curious to be around girls that were ambitious, girls that had goals. And another part of it is I looked at people like Juliana Rancic, Maria Menounos, Halle Berry. They had all gotten their foot in the entertainment industry through pageants.
Okay.
And I thought they learned a lot from it because they're successful now, whether they won or lost. And I just ended up I got really lucky, I think.
You really feel that it was luck?
I think that
after all the hard work that you put in.
I put in a lot of hard work, and I know that at the end of the day I was happy if I knew I had worked the hardest. Mm-hmm. So that's what I did when I was looking around in the competition. I looked around and I thought, I'm only going to be happy with myself if I know that I worked harder than every single girl, or I worked as hard as I knew that I could possibly work. And that's what won it for me. And I think maybe a little bit of luck. I like to say luck because I don't want to think that I'm the Miss Universe. I just think that title alone you gotta get lucky to get a title like that. What does that even mean? Do I control the world? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. You're gonna tell me because one of the things that you're doing now for the next year, I understand, is working on breast cancer and ovarian cancer awareness. What does that entail, and what is your schedule gonna be like for this year?
I'll be traveling a lot. My first trip is actually tomorrow to Indonesia. And that will be for the Miss Indonesia pageant as well as a energy drink called UC 1000 So I'll be working a lot as a model and also advocating for HIV and AIDS. Ovarian and breast cancer was something I worked very closely with this past year as Miss USA, and I'll be continuing my work with that, but also taking on HIV and AIDS as I travel more internationally and get acquainted with the countries that really need help in that area.
Had you been outside of the country before you won Miss Universe?
A little bit, but never to Asia. So this will be my first trip. I'm going for almost a month, and I know don't drink the water. That's what I know, and I'm just gonna not drink the water, and hopefully everything will be okay.
Okay, and so now you're working with Trump. What's it like to work with him?
It's an honor. He's such a great business person. To have him as someone to look up to be representing his organization is an honor. And like I said before, you can learn something from every single thing and every single person, and that's something that I've always been really strong about. And I think that Donald Trump is something that you can learn a lot from because he's so successful.
When you look at this platform that you have, you know, you're on Twitter, you're out there in the public. Do you ever worry about getting on the wrong side of the pageant or upsetting Trump, because he is a guy that if you upset him, he'll come after you? Yes,
totally. But okay. I think that I'm not too worried about it because I will do everything I have to do for the job. I'm going to work really hard, and I hope that hard work and dedication is all it takes to do well in this job, as it would with any other job. And I'm just going to be smart about it. I mean, of course, I'm not going to go run on my college campus with my old friends. No, I'm just kidding. They're still my friends, but I'm going to behave because it's my job, and it would be dumb to do otherwise.
One thing that really differentiates the pageant from other pageants is there is kind of a business component to it. You have the energy drink. You're coming out with a Miss Universe perfume.
Yes.
You're coming out with a Miss Universe fragrance, but that's not necessarily the name of it. I understand the name is still being decided.
I want them to do Olivia Rocks, but they're still thinking about it. I don't know if that's going to pass, but yeah, it's going to be a perfume that represents the brand, which is confident and beautiful women. I think that it will hopefully make women feel sexier, more confident, and there will be one for every type of woman. There will be a teen line, a Miss USA line, and then a Miss Universe line. So if you go with Miss Universe, that will be what I chose, and then Miss Teen will choose Miss Teen, and Miss USA will choose the Miss USA fragrance.
It's a good place to start for a young woman who wants to get into entertainment, who has an acting background. You've already done Extra, right? You've done some guest hosting.
Yeah, I love hosting. I love working with Extra especially. They've been so fun. Maria Menounos is one of the reasons why I did the pageant. So the first time I saw her, I kind of had to take a step back and just think, wow, this is who I've been looking up to, and she's standing in front of me.
What are you open to in terms of what you would like to see yourself doing? Does it involve acting? Does it involve hosting a major show like an Extra or an Entertainment Tonight? Where can we expect to see you down the line as a former Miss Universe?
What do you think? I don't know. I'm 20.
I think the sky's the limit. I mean, if you can do Miss Universe, then you can do a lot of things. I
can also just move to Mars.
Is that something that you'd like to do?
Mars, Pluto. I know where everything is in the universe.
The idea is, because this show is about branding, is how do you help the Miss Universe brand, and how does that brand help you?
It's interesting because they do give me a lot of opportunities that aren't necessarily available to somebody, say, Miss America. I've been able to work with Extra. I've been able to see what goes on behind creating a perfume brand. That's a really cool opportunity that I'm getting to open my eyes to. I'm getting to go to Indonesia and see this brand of an energy drink that I'll be helping to promote. So promoting has never been anything that I studied. So it's interesting that I'm kind of going through my own way of schooling through this year.
Mm-hmm. What do you say to the criticism from the feminist community that the time for pageants has come and gone, that it's a sexist kind of thing to parade women around in swimsuits and those things? Obviously you have an answer for that. What is it?
I would say that I don't agree with that, and it's because of everything that this experience has taught me and everything that I was exposed to. You're in an environment with confident women who are all there for one reason. They want to win and they want to get something out of it. They're all going in one direction, and that's up. They all want to make themselves better. And that's nice. That's a really great environment to be in for any woman. If you're insecure, if you're really secure, you're going to learn from that experience, and you're going to learn from the other people that are also competing for this.
And not to mention, you are the first Miss USA to win Miss Universe since 1997.
Yes.
Why did it take so long for someone to win?
Hey, there's a lot of countries out there. I mean, there were girls from countries that I didn't even know existed.
Okay.
I mean, everywhere.
Did
It's
you
a
get
lot.
to interact with a lot of those girls and get to actually know them, or was it just so busy that you don't get
No,
that chance?
you get so much time with the other girls. That's why when you said, why do girls say that pageants are a bad thing? I don't know why they say it's a bad thing. You're learning from girls that are from a different culture. They grew up in a different side of the world. You're open to so many opportunities, so much to learn, to give and take from each other. So these girls, we were on location for almost 3 weeks. I got a lot of time with them, and I learned a lot about where they're from, and they learned a lot about where I'm from.
Okay. Well, we're going to look for you on the big screen. That could be the television screen. It could be the movie screen. It could be on Mars, right?
It could be on Mars. If I go, I'm going to bring a little webcam. Can I borrow one of these?
All right. Olivia Culpo, thank you
Thanks.
so much for
Thank
coming in, and
you.
we wish you the best as you move forward in your year.
Thank you.
And with Olivia Culpo, I'm Lee Hawkins. We'll see you next time.